Hi children, I am Auntie Marianah and today's story is about little Seed and how he was found and loved. In our Bible, in Matthew 18 verse 14, it is written, "It is not the will of your Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should be lost." A Garden for Little Seed was written and illustrated by Emma Nomvula Povey. Little Seed needs a home, a garden of his very own. As a tiny seedling, he is left to be found by someone who will care for him. After being found and taken to a nursery, he is adopted into a family garden where he finds his loving forever home. One day, God gave a woman a little seed. The woman planted the little seed in a tin can. "I may not have much," she told the tiny seed, "but I can give you a warm home and water to help you grow." So she placed the little seed on her windowsill in the sun and watered it every day. One morning, a little green shoot peeped its head out from its soily bed. When the woman saw it, she began to worry. "Oh, I have no garden for you to grow in, little seed," she said sadly. "What will I do with you when you are too big for this tin? I have nothing to give you." So she did the only thing she could think of. She left him in a place where she knew he would be found. "Somewhere there's a lovely garden for you, my little seed," she whispered as she placed him on the mailboxes. Then with tears in her eyes, she turned and walked away. The little seedling was found by a kind man who knew exactly where to take him. "I will take you to the nursery," he said with certainty. "The gardener will know how to care for you." And so the little seed was taken to the nursery. There a very friendly gardener welcomed him. "This will be your home for now," she explained, "but one day we will find you a garden of your very own to grow in." She transplanted him into a bigger pot so he would have room to grow while he was there. One day, a mommy and daddy came to the nursery. They told the gardener that they were looking for a special little tree to complete their garden. The gardener took them straight to the little seed and said, "I think this little seed will be perfect for your garden." The couple agreed, and so they took the little seed home. That day, they planted the little seed in their garden right between the other two trees. "We are so happy to have you in our garden," they told him. The little seed looked around the beautiful garden. Here he would be loved and cared for. One day he would grow to be a big tree. He was sure of it. Finally, he had a garden of his very own. And that is the story of little Seed and how he found his forever home. This book and this story is dedicated to Ethan. Ethan, a young man who grew in Emma's and her family's heart. The following is for all parents who have adopted or are thinking of adopting a child. After Emma adopted a child, she wrote this book, A Garden for Little Seed. It's a book that explains abandonment and adoption in a gentle way. She wrote the book to open discussion with her own child about their own adoption story. It is her hope that this book can be one of the first layers in helping you to tell your child their adoption story. When they adopted, they received 1 week's training and a workbook help by the adoption agency. Below are some of the most important points they gave them from their research on the telling factor. Whenever possible, your child should be the first to know their complete story. The story should be told in layers as the child gets older, with more detail being added for each developmental stage. Try to be open and non-judgmental when you share with your child. Allow space for anger from your child, but try not to join in with your own emotions. If possible, tell your child their whole story before they reach their teenage years. Constantly look for opportunities to talk with your child about adoption, even when they are not asking questions. By choosing this book and listening to this podcast, you are already starting out in the right direction. Well done, and God bless. Personally, I think this story is a wonderful testimony from an amazing mother. Please pay this story from Emma Nomvula Povey forward. And now it's time for me, Auntie Marianah, until next time, to say goodbye for now.
This story is read by Marianah Lourens with permission from the book A Garden for Little Seed, written and illustrated by Emma Nomvula Povey and co-published by SELA Books. The book is available at all leading bookstores, or you can email the publisher at sela@netactive.co.za.